Good morning. Now, have you seen this music box place where you're going to be playing yet? It's brand new. I was in that place. It's pretty nice.
Oh yeah, we were just there last night.
Oh yeah. What'd you think of it? It's pretty cool for a place.
Yeah, it's
Cleveland
pretty
place.
sexy in there. They have they have the big performance room, then there's a room downstairs with a bar.
Yeah.
And the dress room's really nice. It's a cool place.
Yeah. Bring the microphone a little closer to you so I can hear you a little bit better. There you go. And good morning. You're from this area.
I'm from Canton, Ohio.
Yeah,
About an hour away.
About an hour away. You grew up there. How long did you stay there until you moved away?
I went to boarding school when I was 14. And then after that, I went right to college.
Where'd you go to college?
USC in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah, you went to film school there, right?
Yes.
Is that what you really wanted to do? Did you want to go into film instead of music?
Well, I've always had a knack for writing, so I got accepted to the screenwriting school. And then when I was at USC, I hung out with all the music kids, and then I got into music.
Yeah. And what did you want to do when you wanted to do films? Because I want to do documentary films after I get out of radio someday.
Oh,
what
you
did
do?
you want to do? Yeah.
What are you gonna make documentaries about?
Let me think. I want to do a documentary on the whole Brian Peppers phenomenon, which is like a weird. You probably don't know who Brian Peppers is. He's a guy that's on the his photo was on the sex registry here in Ohio, and he's such a weird looking strange guy with his eyes bugging out and stuff. Since he's since died, I understand, but he became an internet sensation because he kind of looked like the Elephant Man or something. But I want to get the real story behind that. No one really knows the actual true story behind Brian Peppers, and I want to get to the bottom of that. But. So, what did your parents do when you were growing up here?
My father worked at a steel factory for most of his life, and he co-owned a barber shop. And then my mother has been teaching since she was 19. She's a professor at Akron University.
What did she teach? Is that what she taught when you were a kid? She was a professor. Did she teach elementary school or what?
No, she mostly taught middle school. Her most of her career, like 8th grade math.
Did you have to go to the same school as your mother?
No.
Because I know when I was in school, I remember these kids, and they would always have their mother as a teacher. It could go one of two ways. One, it could go very well for them. All the other teachers really kiss their ass, or it's bad because your mother's right there in the school.
Yeah, because your mom's right there. That must be horrible.
Yes. So you never had to go to the same school as your mother, and your father worked in a steel mill. You said. Now, is this it was your stepfather, right?
He raised me. He's my dad. He was with me my whole life.
So you consider him just the same as your real father?
Oh yeah, he was with me from when I was 3. Yeah.
Did you have any relationship with your real father? Have you ever had any relationship?
Oh yeah, of course.
You have.
Mm-hmm.
So you talked to him, and him and your mother split up when you were very, 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 very young.
Yeah, just after.
Do they still have any communication with each other? Or?
Yeah,
they do.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Everybody's over it.
Yeah. So then you go away to boarding school.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Were you a bad kid? Did your mom have to send you to boarding school?
No, my mother's a teacher. You know, anybody who's a teacher's kid knows you're strapped with straight A's. Like my mother did not understand B's. Like she couldn't get with a B. A C was like a nightmare for her.
So you got a B or a C, and you weren't even a bad student, and you got shipped away to boarding school.
No. I'm just saying it was unacceptable. I got all A's when I was a kid.
Okay.
So then when it was time to go to, she always wanted me in the best schools, So boarding school was like a teacher's dream, like send your kid to boarding school. So
are they very strict in this boarding school then?
It's weird because you're really a little too young to be away from home, and a lot of the kids are there for different reasons, and some of the teachers are kind of creepy, and you live in this kind of little town. We lived in Hudson, Ohio.
Mm-hmm. How old are you at this time?
14, 13.
So you're 14. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that is pretty young to live away from home.
Super young, yeah. And all the kids are your age. It's kind of weird.
You said some of the teachers are creepy? What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
They're creepy teachers?
Yeah, we had our one teacher was going with one of my friends.
Oh, stop. Get out of here. What?
I swear.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's not for everybody. I mean, it's an awesome opportunity that you'll never forget, and you can learn a lot. by going to boarding school, but it's not for everyone. You know?
We just heard a story. Doogie did it in the news that there was this high school or what grade was this, theater where she was talking about the teacher it was high school, right? At this prestigious high school. I don't know where it was, but the teacher, a real nerdy guy, was giving straight A's to a few girls. Turns out he was sleeping with 7 of his students.
Oh, yeah, that's gross.
In return, he would give them straight A's. They wouldn't even really have to turn anything in. But you're telling me that you had a friend at this age, 14, 15 years old or whatever, who was dating a teacher.
Yeah, I don't think it's as uncommon. I know it's shocking, but it probably happens a lot. Because there's no parents there. Like, who's going to...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And girls are impressionable at that age. And
super duper. When you're 14, like, you can tell a 14-year-old anything.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. The one thing you can't do is trust a 14-year-old not to say anything. Like these guys who are, like, sleeping with these 14-year-olds. They're like, don't say anything. We'll get in big trouble. What does a 14-year-old do? She goes and tells her friend, Macy, hey, I'm sleeping with the teacher.
Oh, yeah. They tell everything.
Well, what did you do when you heard that?
Exaggerate.
Did you get on the phone with your mom and go, Mom, there's one of my teachers is dating a chick. Bring me home, please.
No, I don't remember. I remember I got in trouble for telling somebody on someone. I don't know. It's a weird situation. It's a very awkward situation.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying all schools are like that, but it's just when parents aren't around, all kinds of stuff is going to happen,
I hated school when I was a kid. I couldn't stand it.
Me too. I hated school.
Yeah. Because did you know that you wanted to get into the entertainment field?
No, I didn't know.
You didn't know that. See, I always wanted to get into radio ever since I was 8 years old. I've known that I wanted to do radio.
That's awesome.
It helped me out because I knew what I wanted, and you're able to focus on it. You probably talk to people I've talked to people every day. They're 22 years old. What do you want to do with yourself? I don't know. At least I had a goal, and I stuck to it. Now, I wish I would have had the goal of maybe being a professional baseball player or a stock trader who becomes a billionaire. That would have been a good goal. Getting into radio, I'm so stupid. But it seemed cool at the time. Like, hey, that seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I hated school, and you did too?
I despise school.
Yeah.
Only because my mother made such a big deal of it, so I ended up hating it.
But in hindsight now, do you
I
realize...
got into a good college, and I got good grades, and blah, blah, blah.
Did kids... You have a high voice, an unusual voice. Were kids... I know how kids can be. They're very cruel.
Yeah.
My real name is Shane. They would call me Shane the booty stain on the bus when I was 5 years old. Did they...
That is hilarious. Is that where you got the diapers?
No, that's from one of the other guys on the show, Jeffrey, who doesn't know how to wipe.
That's gross.
I know, it is disgusting, isn't it?
I didn't want to know that.
Did they tease you for your voice and that kind of stuff?
Oh, for sure, like horribly, like to the point where I got really like quiet, like I was afraid to speak in class.
So you were very shy then?
Just quiet. I wasn't shy. It's a difference. I was just quiet. I just got tired of people laughing at me, so I stopped talking.
Did you ever get in any physical fights when you were a kid over that kind of stuff? Like, did you ever fight anyone if they were teasing you, calling you cartoon voice or something like that? Did you ever fight anyone?
No, I was a little bit of a punk when I was little.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you ever get in
any
fights?
But I had cousins who took up for me. Like, I would always just call my cousins, and they'd handle it, like my own personal mafia.
My girlfriend has never been in a physical altercation. I asked her, she's 26. I go, have you ever been in a fight? She goes, oh, God, no. Are you kidding me? No, I've never been in a fight once.
Most girls.
For a guy, that's hard to understand, though. Women...
Yeah.
Women, and maybe they don't really fight. You never been in a fight?
Oh, yeah. I fight like my sister, my brother, and my cousins. But I think I got into a fight with a non-family member, maybe never.
Never? This never happened to you?
No.
So then you end up, you leave this boarding school, or you graduate from this, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You end up at USC.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to film school. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows your song, I Try, but there's got to be more to the story before that. You won a Grammy for this, but there's got to be a lot of in-between time from USC to the point where you win a Grammy.
Oh, tons.
What happens in your life? Did you like college, even though you hated school? Did you like going to USC?
Well, USC, it's great because I was, my mother was a teacher. I wasn't sheltered, but I never got to go out.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to USC, I lost my mind,
Mm-hmm.
I was like...
When you say you lost your mind, you're
Drinking,
partying, you're going crazy.
partying like crazy, and my mom wasn't around, so for the first time I could like really ditch school and get an F. You know what I mean?
Was your mom very strict when it came to boys? Did you date boys when you were in
Oh.
high school and stuff?
Definitely not.
So she wasn't strict about that. So,
Oh, she's super strict.
she's still. You say definitely not. You never dated a boy when you were in high school.
I mean, I did, but she was really like, she wasn't like over the top. She wasn't like Carrie's mother, but she
Yeah.
was like, she was just. My grades were everything. That was the most important. So a lot of things I didn't get to do.
So when you went to college, did you just start hooking up with dudes left and right because
Oh.
you were absolutely free?
I went crazy.
Really?
Yeah, that was like letting someone out of I don't know, out of the house finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, all right. So you're going to college.
hmm
You're in film school. Now, tell me how it gets into this music. How do you start into music? Because at this point, you're telling me you weren't even thinking about a musical career.
No, I really didn't know what I wanted to do for a long time. I just knew I wanted to get away from. I wanted to get out. Like I used to watch TV a lot, and California always looked really good on TV. Like
Yes.
movie stars were there, so I only applied to colleges in California.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I got into the film school, but I didn't even know how big of a deal that was. But I just always had a knack for writing. I was always even in college, I wrote people's papers for like $200.
You would charge them to write papers for that.
Yeah, it just always came really natural to me. I would write papers, and the teacher wouldn't believe I wrote it because it was so good.
Is that how you made your money? Or because how else would you make your money out there living in Southern California? Did you have a job?
Oh, yeah, I did all kind of stuff. I worked at the copy store. I worked at McDonald's. I cleaned up this photographer's studio once every Saturday. I did.
What was the worst job you had before you made it?
Worst job? Well, in LA, they have these ads, and they call them dancers make $650 a week. So when I was in school, that was a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they have these clubs, and you go dance with men for 33 cents a minute or something.
You dance with men for 33.
No, but I didn't do it. But me and my friends went to apply because we didn't know what it was.
Was it strippers?
They're literally these clubs downtown, and you literally get paid to dance with like older guys, and they tip you, then they do whatever.
Hey, but you have your clothes on. I mean, you didn't do this, but the girls would have their clothes on, or they wouldn't have their clothes on.
No, they'd have their clothes on. Like we went to apply for the job.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like this really creepy place, and there's $100 bills all over the place, and literally these guys just pay these girls to dance with them, and I guess whatever happens after.
Yeah, I think there was probably some more happening after that. That maybe you didn't. Something must have been going on, right?
So we didn't get hired, but we went because it said $650 a week. That was like a fortune when you're in college. When you're in college, $100.
Oh
is
my
like
God,
$1
yes.
million.
So
Anyway, that's one thing I didn't do. I just wanted to.
how did you then get into the music then?
So the film school's here, right? And then the music school's right behind it. And then there's this big, huge kind of social area. At all colleges. They
Like a
have those
courtyard, yeah.
Yeah. So all the kids kind of mingled. And then, the music kids would work on the film school projects and vice versa. So, so I hung out with a lot of music kids. My boyfriend played the guitar, and he had a little 4-track in his dorm room. That's how old I am, 4-track.
Yeah.
And then, and we used to go up there and just like write songs for fun. So in order to tell somebody how a song goes, you have to sing it to them. So I had all these tapes with me singing lyrics and melody ideas on his songs. And then one of his friends heard it, and he had a gig every Sunday at the Ramada Inn, paying $100, and he needed a singer. And so he asked me to do it. So he gave me all these CDs, like Frank Sinatra songs to learn, and like Billie Holiday standards and Nat King Cole.
So you had no vocal training or anything at that point?
No, it's just he goes, it's $100 every Sunday, and I'm 17, 18 years old. When you're that age, you'll do anything.
Yeah.
So we were just having fun, really.
You didn't have any, here's the girl that in school you wouldn't talk because people made fun of your voice, so you were very quiet. Then you find yourself on stage performing in front of people. Was that nerve-wracking?
Not really. One thing my mom always taught me, she always made me and my brother and sister, she always put us in front of people. So I took piano lessons when I was little.
Yeah.
And we had recitals once a month. So I was always, playing, and then her friends would come over and she would say, "Show them that new dance," you know. So I was always like, even when I was like quiet and wouldn't talk, I could always get up in front of people.
Now,
So I wasn't scared.
one thing that would be nerve-wracking. I don't know
Yeah.
if this is true or not, but I read this about you. Macy Gray is here with us. She'll be at the Music Box Supper Club tonight at 8:00.
Yes.
I read that you once performed. This almost defies belief. You once performed completely nude.
I did.
That's what I read.
Oh yeah, it was for a charity though. Charity.
So it's a charity. And
I only took my clothes off for the good.
now, did you get completely naked, or were you in like a bra and panties and stuff?
No, we were naked. It was for Jimmy Choo was raising money for. Oh my God, I feel embarrassed. I forget what they have like a cause that they support every year.
Yeah.
And they did this book of different celebrities in the nude, and their idea was to put me on stage and do a song in the nude. So I did it
So you did it.
for the good.
Now, come on, though. That must
And I
that
did it,
must have
I
been
did it in Jimmy Choo shoes. So that's that. So that's.
that must have been nerve-wracking, though, right?
I was so nervous. I was so nervous.
How many people are there looking at you?
We did it at in Brixton in London.
So is there like
there, I think-
hundreds of people there watching you in the nude?
I think Brixton Academy's 5,000.
5,000
I
people.
think. Sorry, I'm not sure. I don't remember. Somewhere it's a theater.
Really?
So that's like 3,000 to 5,000, right?
Listen, I'll donate $100 to charity if you get nude right now and continue.
That is not enough. What is a charity going to do with $100? Nothing.
So then, all right. So you're doing this stuff at the Ramada for $100 a week.
Yeah.
Then how do you end up getting this Grammy award-winning song that you record? I mean, what happens? How do you get discovered?
Oh, it was one of those things where that kind of led me to figure out what I really wanted to do, and I really got into music because, like I said, I was already. I mean, I could already play the piano, and then I joined a rock band, and then I was in a jazz band, and it was really just a lot of fun, and started doing clubs on Sunset. I don't know if you know anything about LA, but they call it the Sunset Strip.
Sure,
And
yeah.
up and down the strip, there's like 10 of these like kind of rock and roll clubs everybody plays.
Yes.
So there's one of the most famous ones is called the Roxy, and we used to have to do this thing called pay to play. So you'd pay the promoter like $200, and he'd give you 20 tickets, and you could go sell them for whatever you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But we could never sell our tickets. So one night we have this show, and they'd always put you on at the worst hours, like 7 o'clock when everybody's still at work.
Right.
So we're at the Roxy, and there's 8 people in the room, and one of them happened to be this guy named Tom Carolan. He was A&R at Atlantic at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he was just having a beer or waiting for another band. He definitely wasn't there to see us, but he saw us play, and he came up to me after the show and offered to have me showcase for the label.
Really?
Yeah, so I showcased for Atlantic, and I got a record deal. That was my first record deal. I ultimately got dropped because I got pregnant. And so I got dropped, but then 2 years later, I got my deal with Epic Records. And
When this guy comes up to you in this bar and he goes, "Hey, I'm from a record label. I want you to
Yeah.
do," you must have thought, "Come on, this guy's just trying to get in my pants. This guy's not for
oh,
real,
no,
right?"
I jumped up and down. I was,
So you believed? I mean, right off the
Oh,
bat, you believed
hell
it.
yeah.
I would have thought he was trying to scam me or something.
no, I was like 24. I mean, I was down. You know, when you're that age, you do whatever. It's just when you get older, you get all paranoid. And everything's
You not
out
only
to
got
get you.
pregnant, you had 2 kids in the same year, which is a feat rarely performed by women
I
these
know.
days.
I should get some.
A baby in January,
$100 for that.
a baby in January, and a baby in December.
I know.
right
It's like,
off the bat.
Get up, get off me, stop it.
And then you get married after you have these 2 kids,
Yeah.
and you get divorced like 2 years later while you're pregnant again with your 3rd child.
No, how do you know my life so well?
I have very good researchers. What happened? Why did you end up getting divorced, Macy?
Oh, just for that reason. I think we did a whole lot way too fast. You know, I actually got pregnant 6 weeks after I met my ex-husband.
Oh my God, you're kidding me.
Yeah, so we literally had 3 kids, got married and divorced in 5 years. I think it just all was way too fast. It was actually less than 5 years.
When you told him after just dating him for 6 weeks,
Yeah.
and you go, "Hey, I'm pregnant," I mean, what was his response?
he was really excited.
No kidding, really.
Yeah.
He
we
must
were
have really liked you then.
Oh, we were like inseparable. Like we couldn't get away from each other. Like he would drive me to work and pick me up from work. It was crazy. Like we were always together. It was sickening.
If I'm dating a girl for 6 weeks and she goes, I'm knocked up, I go, oof. I'm like, oh man, like you don't. You know what to do at that point. What do you don't want to look like a jerk, but you also are like, well, I am pro-choice. I mean, I don't know what you do in that case, but he was excited about it. You have these kids. You get divorced because things move too fast. Was he a good guy, or was he like who ended up wanting the divorce? You wanted it, or he wanted it?
He actually kicked me out when I was 7 months pregnant.
Oh, that doesn't sound like much of a good guy then.
Then we tried to get back together, but after some point, too many things have been said.
Yeah.
When you want to get back together.
Are you? Do you think you're an easy woman to date or be married to, or would it be difficult if I were to marry Macy Gray?
I don't know. People tell me I'm difficult, but I don't know what they're talking about. Honestly.
No, you think you're easy to get along with.
I do. I really like people say she's difficult, she's crazy, she's this, and I really just think I'm a normal, boring person. My favorite thing is just laying in bed watching television.
What's the craziest thing about you? Like if I were to ask,
I don't know. I don't think.
You don't think that you're crazy?
No.
No. I know some people that know Macy. They didn't tell me that she was crazy.
Like sometimes when nobody's looking, I scratch my butt. Like sometimes your butt itches.
Yeah.
And you have to wait till people like turn around and you go like that. Okay.
I was.
That's the worst thing.
I was walking in my house yesterday. My girlfriend, who doesn't live with me, but she's been staying with me for the past like 2 weeks because she's been cooking for me. It's a long story. I wanted to try a non-processed food diet, and I would last 2 hours on that if she weren't cooking it for me. So she's been cooking it for me. So she gets home usually around like 6 o'clock at night, and I get home at noon. Yeah. So I'm walking. I have security cameras outside my house and even inside my house. There are security cameras, and so I'm walking, and I'm walking down the hall, and I stop, and I just kind of stick my ass out like this a little bit, and just go like that. It felt so good,
built up all day, right?
Oh, it just felt so good. I go, oh man, and it was right in front of the security camera, and I looked at this, and I go, man, I hope she never figures out how to review any of this footage, because it's so embarrassing. Oh, all this stuff I do there is believe me, that fart was probably one of the least embarrassing things I do when I'm home alone, if you catch my drift, Yeah. No, in fact, I was reading a lot about you. So you got divorced, and then you had the kids. And then I Try came out, your debut album, and that song that came out after you had the kids. Then, right?
Yeah, I had all the kids with me. I Try.
So that came out, and then you got divorced after. So your life was probably crazy at this period.
No, we were actually divorced before.
Before you even. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. So you didn't have that. Would have just been added pressure when you're going through all of that, and you're married, and all the whirlwind that happens. You put out this record. It sells a ton of copies.
Yes.
How does your life? I mean, does your life just change overnight?
Well, I had been at it a while, and I had a record deal that didn't work out before, so I wasn't really expecting anything out of it. I was excited to get a record deal and make this record, but I hadn't really thought ahead, I had my kids, and I was just like trying to make a living because I wasn't with my husband anymore, and I was just kind of I was enjoying myself because we were touring and I was doing things I hadn't done before. And my record deal was pretty lucrative. Like I bought a car for the first time in my life, but I wasn't really expecting anything to happen. And I didn't know that I Try was a hit at all.
So when you record this, you're not expecting great things out of this, and that's.
I mean, you want great things, but you're not sitting back like sitting there waiting.
I've talked to people, and they go, "As soon as I wrote that song, I knew it was a hit." You didn't feel that way at all.
No, I still don't. I still write songs, and I don't know what's gonna happen.
So when they release that song, and that really pops.
Yeah.
You are now thrust into the limelight. I mean, is this a lot of pressure that happens at that point, or do you just take everything in stride?
No, it was like when I went to USC. It was like the first time I had money, and I wasn't married anymore, so I lost my mind again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I had fun. And I saw the world for the first time. I had never been out of the States. And I started, went to Europe for the first time and the Middle East. And, everybody talks about Paris. I went to Paris for the first time in my life. I mean, I was having a ball. I was still really young and I had a lot of money all of a sudden. And,
Now,
we
were
were
you good with
partying.
this money, or did you blow it? I had one of the Backstreet Boys was in here. Nick Carter was in here yesterday.
Yeah.
He said he blew a lot of his money because he was a stupid kid, when he was in
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys. Did you blow a lot of the money that you got?
Oh, of course.
You did.
I mean, God bless anybody that gets a lot of money and doesn't blow through it.
Yeah, you have to
that's a
spend some of
talent.
it.
No, that's a gift.
You probably spend it differently than guys. So, like, if I got a bunch of money, if
What'd
I had
you
a hit
do?
song, Ferraris, boats,
Oh,
mansions, all that kind of stuff. What'd you waste your money on?
Mostly guys and traveling and clothes, stupid stuff.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
I used
that
to give
girls-
ridiculous tips because I used to be a waitress.
Yeah,
So I'd go to a restaurant and leave like $100.
yeah.
Stupid shit.
That's all right. Stupid stuff is Macy.
Stupid stuff is what I said.
But you
came
you said that you would pay money for guys. Like, you'd end up dating a dude and you'd have to support the guy.
No, he didn't ask me to. I would just like buy him stuff. I bought one of my boyfriends a car. Stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, people would really like.
Are you
be in
single
my
now?
boyfriend.
Because I'm ready. I can drop this girlfriend that I have. We can start mingling right now,
She
Macy.
sounds like she's pretty nice to you. Though.
She is.
She doesn't
She's
fight.
no. She's nice. She's great.
Yeah, see, I can't promise you all that.
Well, yeah, you're not crazy. You just watch TV all day. You're easy to get along
Exactly.
with. You tell me.
Exactly.
So then you win a Grammy.
Yeah.
Is this moment is like that Grammy ceremony? Is that night burned into your memory for all eternity? I mean, do you remember every little detail of that night?
Not every detail. I remember what I was wearing. I remember a little bit about what I said, and I remember. I remember when I went backstage, my manager was really upset that I forgot to thank him. He was really, really upset.
And he told you that. He said, "I'm upset that you didn't mention me."
He just had this look on his face like he could have murdered me. And then so I got nominated. I had 2 more nominations that night, and I was praying that I would get one just so I could thank him. and
I don't
didn't.
understand. You're going to have to explain this to me, because I see this like at the Academy Awards, and all these actresses, they get up there, they're mentioning their agent and their publicist and their manager and their this and their that. Now, why? I mean, I understand they help you out, but the bottom line is you're paying that dude 10% of your earnings or whatever. You're getting
More
paid
than
already.
that.
That's your thanks, pal. The check that I give you, all right? I mean, what do they care whether you mention them up there on stage? That's your moment, not theirs.
Well, in LA, your credit is everything. Your credit is actually more valuable than money. Sometimes.
So they believe that if you get up there and you mention them on stage, that will help their career as a manager.
It actually does.
Do you think it does? Do you really? Really?
In LA, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you think when you win that? Did you think that you were going to win? Were you shocked when they announced your name?
I was actually, because I had been there the year before and I didn't win anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got one the next year. So everything I've been surprised a lot in my life. I never thought I'd have kids. I was one of those kids that swore I'd never have kids.
And then you did it.
Had 3.
Best
I didn't
thing
even stop
in
at
your
one.
life, or
My kids brought me luck. Like every time I had a kid, like my luck would change. I should have just kept having kids. I should have like 30 kids. I'd probably be a billionaire or something.
my researcher tells me you spent 4 days in jail once. For what?
Mostly tickets. Like I got a DUI once, and just being irresponsible. Like if you don't pay a ticket, then they pick you up sometimes. So I had like 7 tickets I hadn't paid.
Yeah. And now you pay all your tickets. You learned your lesson.
I still don't pay mine.
Oh, you still don't, even though they threw you in the pokey for 4 days, and you.
I just forget.
Yeah.
It's like the last thing on my mind, but I have to be more responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Macy Gray is going to be at the Music Box Supper Club tonight at 8 o'clock. I'm going to give you the number for tickets right now. It's 216-242-1250. That's 216-242-1250. I think we're gonna come back. Take a quick break. Are you gonna do a song for us? Is that what the plan is? You'll perform a song or something?
No, that's just a theory.
It's a theory.
I'm actually gonna juggle.
All right.
I just started juggling, and I want to just juggle right here on radio.
I will. Yeah, nothing more entertaining than juggling on the radio. That's right. Yeah, the painting on the radio works well too. All right, I'm going to take a break. We'll let you get all set up and ready to go, and we'll come back with Macy Gray, and then after that, we'll wrap up the show right after she comes back and does this live for us. Right after this on Rover's Morning Glory. Hang on.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Where did the name Macy Gray come from? Because that's not your real name, right? Oh, wait a second. I guess it would help if I turn on your microphone. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where did that come from? Macy Gray. Where did that?
I actually stole it. It's actually somebody's name. I saw it on a mailbox.
You saw it and you just liked it, and you go, "This is going to be my name. I like this."
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone still call you by your birth name? Does your mother? Does your mother call you by your birth name? Or
Oh, of course.
she does. Yeah.
My whole family does. Most of my friends call me. My real name is Natalie Hines, so most of my friends call me Nat.
They do.
Yeah.
All right. What are you going? Good morning to your guitar player who's
Strata.
here. He looks like he's about ready to kill me. He's got his shades on. I mean,
I know he looks like a good-looking boxer. I always tell him.
yeah. I mean, this guy looks like a. What are you going to play for us today?
We're doing an instrumental of Evergreen by Barbra Streisand. Evergreen.
That wouldn't be too good. What are you guys? Are you gonna do something new? Are you gonna do something old? What?
Well, how many songs are we doing? We're doing like a set, like an hour and a half.
Oh, sure. We'll be here until 2:00. I would say, we can do one or two.
Okay. So we should do we have an album coming out October 7th. Plug. Can pre-order it on iTunes now.
I see that in Entertainment Weekly, I saw a thing on you and the video that you made for a song called Hands, I think it is.
Yeah, it's called Hands. Got to get my hands.
And it's Macy Gray just with some naked dude rubbing her hands all over him. That's the video, pretty much.
Sexy.
Yeah, I need to get into entertainment. I would just, I'd come up with all these ideas where hot chicks would just come in and I'd rub all over them.
I know, that would be cool. It actually wasn't that great. Because he was really short.
Oh, yeah. How tall are you? You're a pretty tall woman.
I'm 5'11", 6 feet.
Get out of here. Are you really?
Yeah.
Wow. So I should be worried about you kicking my ass, not him kicking my ass.
Oh,
huh?
that's the thing. See, I really can't fight. I told you I don't get in fights. I'm
All
not
right.
good at it.
So what are you going to play for us here today?
Oh, we could do I Try, and then we could do a new song.
All right. Let's do that. Here we go. It's Macy Gray on Rover's Morning Glory.
Games, changes, and fears. When will they go from here? When will they stop? I believe that fate has brought us here. We should be together, babe, but we're not. And I play it off, but I'm dreaming of you. And I'll keep my cool, but I'm feeling. I try to say goodbye and I choke. I walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not near. Goodbye and I'm choking. I walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not near. I may appear to be free, but I'm just a prisoner of your love. And I may seem alright and smile when you leave, but my smiles are just a front, just a front. And I play it off, but I'm dreaming of you. And I keep my cool, but I'm feeling. Try to say goodbye and I choke. I walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's is clear. My world crumbles when you are not near. Goodbye and I choke. I walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not near. Here is my confession. May I be your possession. Boy, I need your touch. Your love, kisses, and such. With all my might I try. This I can't deny. I play it off, but I'm dreaming of you. And I'll keep my cool, but I'm feeling. I try to say goodbye, and I choke. I walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not there. Goodbye and I walk away and I stumble. It's clear. My world crumbles when you are not near. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Macy Gray.
Thank you, Cuyahoga Falls.
Yes. I like that. What the hell's that song about? Tell me about that. You wrote the lyrics to this song?
Mm-hmm.
What's it about?
Oh, that was a song I wrote where I was at with my ex-husband. I wrote that song a long time ago.
So this is the ex-husband that we were talking about. That guy. So you were like, man, I need to get rid of this guy, or I tried to leave this guy, but then you kept gravitating back towards this guy.
Yeah, we were pretty like a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think that happens in a lot of relationships.
You still maintain contact with this guy after all these years?
No, it didn't end very well.
No.
Yeah, most things I didn't don't end very well.
Yeah.
So when you say something ended, it probably didn't end well.
Even he's the father of your children.
Yeah.
You just try and keep him out of your life as much as possible.
I don't just go out of my way, but it's just not a good idea. We just don't say very
What
nice
about
things to each other.
What about your kids? Do they have any relationship with their father?
Not really.
No.
It didn't end up very well. No. Like I said, everything happened really fast. You know, sometimes you can get into something and you're all in love and you don't even know the person that well. You know?
Right.
So that's kind of what happened.
All right, you're going to do one more song for us.
Yeah.
What song are you going to do?
What are we gonna do? What about that instrumental? How about an instrumental of feelings?
You want to do an instrumental of feelings? Feelings.
Except for he plays it.
I
just sit back and listen.
You're going to watch him play. All right.
Like he plays and I juggle.
What if, Jeffrey, would you like to sing Feelings?
Right behind you, yeah.
Jeffrey could sing this. Jeffrey really gets into this kind of stuff.
Well, one thing
Jeffrey?
is, I'm sorry to say, Macy, but when you listen to me sing, your ears will bleed. I sing so bad.
She can't hear you, Jeffrey, because she doesn't have headphones. They don't have headphones on, so.
He's gonna.
Yeah, what did you say,
it?
Jeffrey? What were you going to say, Jeffrey?
I said, I'm sorry to tell Macy that I sing so bad I will make a person's ears bleed, even if they are or are not a professional singer. And besides, the song that she just sang has a very bluesy feel to it.
Yeah.
Very bluesy. I was like, because I was, you don't, the blues is a type of music.
Well, we've seen your underwear. You're very oozy, so maybe.
Real funny, Rover, but I'm trying to talk music
How
here.
do you guys know he doesn't wipe? Like, how do you know that?
His underwear's hanging up in the hallway.
Ew!
Yeah, that's his underwear up there in the hallway.
Who took his underwear and hung up in the hallway?
We were doing a contest here, or not a contest. We were doing a bit here on the air once, and the bit was we had read an article that said that you can identify people by just their scent, their pheromones. You can identify. So we had all the guys on the show take off their underwear and put on fresh, brand new pair of underwear. And the idea was that we were going to have someone come in who knew these guys, who would be able to just blind sniff these underwear and then determine if they could identify the person. Well, when they did that with Jeffrey put the underwear that he took off, he put in his jacket pocket, and one of the guys on the show sees this jacket with this little bit of underwear sticking out of the side.
Oh no!
With like this huge streak in there, and the rest is history. He's now known for that kind of stuff now.
Well, I've sniffed underwear that had skid marks in it before.
You sniffed underwear to what?
Yeah, that's love.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, if you see someone's skid marks and you still pick up the underwear and you sniff it,
Oh boy.
that's when you know you're down.
That is true love. That is indeed. All right. What?
And then you wash it, though. Did you guys ever wash it for him?
His underpants? No. That would take all the fun out of it, Macy.
Wow.
That was the general idea. That was for me to wash them with bleach, OxyClean, and any other type of laundry detergent I could find.
That wouldn't clean those. Still
Want a bet?
You gotta burn them.
Want a bet? Dieter, want a bet?
So then he's
Give
tried.
me some bleach, OxyClean, and standard, and the strongest dish detergent on the market. I'll bet I can get those
Now,
clean.
the reason why they're in a cage, those underpants there, Anthony, if you go to a hallway shot there, you can see our there's his
Where are
underwear
they?
in a cage right above your manager. There are
Oh,
the
Jason,
skid mark,
his underwear's right above
yeah,
you.
the skid marked underpants. Now he's tried to.
Oh, God.
We framed these, and we had them in a frame. And then he got so angry once when we told a story like this that he
Twice.
twice. He smashed the frame and stole the underwear and ran away and tried to bury them. This is a God's honest truth. Tried to bury them
Not
in the
even
woods
that
back
big,
there.
though. What are you doing with
Well, they're
underwear
stretched
that
out
big?
because we were trying to pull them back, and when he was stealing them, and they got all stretched out. So
Sounds
that's
like-
why we welded that whole cage to hold. We call it a national Shart effect. His
the
underpants.
A very
yes.
sloppily assembled cage, if I might add, too. Doesn't look like it was done by a professional.
Well, it wasn't. Our sound guy did it, so it's the
Yeah,
best
Yeah,
we.
like I
maybe
said,
you
it was
should
real
shart
sloppy
it.
workmanship,
Maybe
I
it
should
helps.
say.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it has nothing to do with wiping.
It may be. I don't know what his
Maybe
story
you
is.
sharted.
You ever shart, Macy? You ever do that? You ever?
That's one thing I don't do. I have no problems not sharting.
Like I told you that story when I took that fart yesterday and I put my ass on right there on the security. Like that easily could have been a shart.
Oh,
That
was
would've
it?
It wasn't. No,
Oh,
but I'm
that's
saying
good.
sometimes I've done that though. You've never farted and just you
And
get a
came
little
out.
more than you bargained for.
No, I've never
No,
sharted.
come on. I don't know if I believe
swear,
it.
I have no. I swear, I don't even fart that.
You're a guitar player. He's sharded, right? You've sharded. Every dude's sharded, man.
Oh, that's
Especially after a
so
night of drinking. Oh
gross.
boy. And eating chicken wings sounds like
What
a
if
good
you're
idea
wearing,
at the
like,
time.
What do you do if you're wearing white pants? Then what do you do?
Oh, well, I'm a guy. I don't wear white pants. Most straight guys don't wear white pants unless you're Pitbull or something.
But
you
in
know?
shart, that would even show through your blue jeans, though.
Yeah, well,
Be like a little
hopefully
brown
you just hope. I have had to go in and like go into the restroom, take my jeans down, and take my underwear off, and just throw those underwear away, and then pull the jeans back up. I have had to do that once or
Did
twice
you
in my
smell
entire
them
life.
first when you did
Oh
it?
God, no! You don't want to. You don't. Oh, I held this thing like it was a radioactive waste. I know.
I don't want to know that. Actually, I'm asking questions about things I don't really want to know.
All right. What else? What are you gonna do for it? You want to do another song?
Yeah, I'm doing.
All right. One more song from Macy Gray. What are you gonna do?
This is a song called "Stoned." It's from our new album coming out October 7th. Actually, it's next week, a week from yesterday.
All right.
Our new album. It's called
All right.
"The Way."
Okay. And the song is called "Stoned."
Stoned, yes.
Okay.
I made it to my spaceship. Been rising all day. I don't know that I don't know. So everything is going my way. So when you fly by, pick me up. I've got the giggles, and baby, I am loads of fun. So when you fly by, pick me up. I'm stoned. I'm stoned. I'm stoned. I'm stoned. Silence in the silence. I can hear my friends you fly by, pick me up. I've got the giggles, and baby, I am loads of fun. So when you fly by, pick me up. I'm stoned. I'm stoned. I'm stoned. I'm stoned. And I stayed up all night just to look at you, baby. To feel your lightning and your thunder. And I smoke, but there's no forgetting you, baby. Isn't that a wonder? Where were you last night? I was waiting for you. I'm stoned. I'm stoned. I'm stoned.
Yeah.
Yay for us.
Now, is that like a literal song, stoned, like you're stoned on weed or something, or what is that about?
Well, it's about my man doesn't come home one night, so I just get stoned out of my mind.
Yeah. You smoke weed a lot?
No, I don't actually.
No, you don't.
I used to.
You used to smoke weed. What made you quit?
I got bored with it. I got bored with it.
Yeah.
You know. But now, since I don't smoke as much as I used to, I get really stoned, like 2 puffs, and I'm
So then you're completely
I'm an
out.
idiot.
Yeah.
I get the munchies so bad now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3 bags of barbecue chips and M&Ms and.
You drink it all? You ever drink or no?
No, I never drink. I just drink water and I read the Bible and
Yeah.
I take B12.
Well, Macy Gray is going to be at the Music Box Supper Club. This is tonight at 8 p.m. I know that this place, they put a lot of money into this place, Dieter. You been down there
No.
yet?
It's really awesome.
It's a kind of a smaller venue, but it's done up really well. It's nice, and Rob just comes in here, just pushes this mic aside, makes a lot of noise while he's doing that.
Come in right now.
Yeah. Anyhow, this supper club, this Music Box Supper Club, they spent a lot of money on making this place, building this place, and it just opened recently, a few weeks ago, I guess. I haven't seen a show there. I ate dinner there before they opened up, and it looks like
really?
a cool place. I'm wondering
very
if
pretty.
you think they'll be able to have enough shows and get enough business to stay open down there. I mean, I'm always concerned about that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
I hope so. Well, the good thing for them is there's a strip club, right? Right, that's you can
Yeah,
go
right
eat
across there,
dinner,
yeah.
watch show, and go.
Now you're talking.
Now that's a full day for you. Full day of entertainment.
Now everybody's going.
For tickets to see Macy Gray, 216-242-1250. That's 216-242-1250. Also, thanks to Safe and Reliable Limos. They brought Macy over here this morning, so I have to give a
Thank
shout
you.
out to them.
The driver was awesome.
Yeah, they've been our limo service on this show for, my goodness, I can't tell you how long. It's been, I don't know, 8 years or 6 years or a long time. SafeandReliableLimos.com or 440-288-5466. Macy, thank you for coming in. I
Thank you. I
appreciate
had a
it.
good
Have
time.
fun over there tonight, you guys. And that's it. We are wrapped up. We are done. We'll be back live tomorrow morning. It's Rover's Morning Glory. Bye.
Rover's Morning Glory.